What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Good Game Reviews. Here to do another game reaction. We are doing the Jets versus the Patriots. Um, as far as this game goes, it was pretty cool until like later on in the game. They finished the game 30-14. So not what I totally expected. What I expected was like just another like complete blowout. But I mean, I guess this would be a blowout if you're looking at the terms of, I mean, the number of points scored from the winning team versus the number of points scored by the losing team. So 14 to 30 seems, pretty good. It's a pretty good. It was a pretty good game. It was a pretty good game. Offense did pretty well. Defense once again did pretty well. You might say if you didn't watch the game, you would probably be like, how did the defense do well um, when they allow 14 points after like not allowing any touchdowns at all? Well, that's mainly because one touchdown came from a muff punt, which I'll get into, and the other one came from a pick six, which I'll also get into. But let's just go over the good right now. I just want to get into the good. So Tom Brady once again was, just Tom Brady. He was just pretty much old Tom Brady. Old reliable. 28 completions to 42 attempts. I didn't expect him to come in throwing 42 balls, to be honest, but I mean, it still looked good. Had 306 yards. Had two TDs. Once again, no interceptions for this game. Oh, you good? Oh, this is my guy Beardy right here. Yeah, say hello, Beardy. Oh, he stuck to my shirt. Say hello, Beardy. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Two touchdowns, no interceptions. So pretty much, had a good game. Rating 103.9. So like I said, he did well once again. He still is, same Brady self. Um, Also moves up in terms of wins. I'm not sure if uh, they had a stat. They had the graphic on there where he's pretty much second in terms of like most wins by a player, period, in like NFL history. So that's pretty. I mean, that's pretty nice. And he's already like grabbed like the record for most touchdowns by a quarterback who's reached the age of 42. So, hey, that's good. That's real good. Right now, I think he's sitting at 7 touchdowns right now for the season. He had two last game. He had two this game. He had three the opener. So yeah, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's looking pretty. He's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good in these 3 games so far. If he can keep on this, if he can keep up this pace, I mean, yeah, I mean he could have a MVP type season. Um, I mean that's if he's able to beat out some of these other quarterbacks who are just going off, just lights out. Um, Rushing game, Rex Burkhead pretty much the leading rusher for this game. Not a lot of yards, 47 yards on 11 attempts, average 4.3 on the ground, 1 touchdown. Um, Sony Michel also had a touchdown, but he only had 11 yards. Um, yeah, 11 yards and 1 touchdown. So they pretty much kept him quiet as far as this game goes. They tried passing to him, but the play was just like this was more credit to the defense. Nothing on Sony Michel. The defense just sniffed out what the Patriots were going to do on this play, and perhaps if Sony Michel is has a little bit more room, maybe he scores a receiving touchdown. We don't know because they was in the red zone. So I mean the defense just sniffed it out, and Brady had to throw the ball away. So that's really all that happened on that play. But yeah, Sony Michel hasn't really done well, at least like as far as like the ground, like him, running the ball. Uh, it's looking like Rex Burkhead is going to start getting more and more touches. Um, Sonny Michelle is going to have to find a way to turn this around. But yeah, That's basically what I have for the running game. There's not a lot going, more passing game. So let me go into that. Receiving, Josh Gordon led the wide receivers and pretty much all the receivers in terms of targets and yards. He had 11 targets, 6 receptions, 83 yards, averaged 13.8. Didn't have any touchdowns, but he had two amazing grabs. One going down the sideline, he just reached over and snatched it, and pretty much got him in near the end zone. And the other one, he just plucks the ball out of the air around like with three green jerseys just around, three Jets just you know huddled around him, and just knocks him, and he falls to the ground, but he still comes up with the catch. I will say this. Um, I saw a couple of plays that he made when he was trying to catch the ball, and he had a couple of drops. He had the white gloves on a couple of those. Those big catches though, he had the red gloves on. So I don't know. This is just a little side thing I'm throwing out, but he might be going with the red gloves from now on. I would like to see him go with the red gloves. Julian Edelman had 10 targets, 7 receptions, 62 yards, average 8.9. Had a good touchdown in the end zone, little 3-yarder. Philip Dorsett, 7 receptions, 7 targets, 6 receptions, 53 yards. Had him a good touchdown. So I feel like he's pretty much going to be, once again take over that burner role. A guy I want to shout out, um, Jacoby Myers didn't get a lot of targets. He only had like 3 targets, 2 receptions, but he made the most of his opportunity. I will say that. I'm, you know, hopefully, the starters are there for a reason. So let's keep the starters in. But I mean, it's just something bright to look at as far as like the future goes. Um, the defense, once again, played phenomenal. They were great. Um, if you just went and looked at the scoreboard, you might not, think they did as great as they did the last 2 weeks, but they still did really, really good. And obviously, the defensive MVP for this game once again has to be Jamie Collins. 7 total tackles, 2 sacks. I mean, the guy, he has not missed a beat. He has not missed a beat since his time in New England, and he just came back and picked up where he left off, being the best defensive player on the field, excluding Stephon Gilmore. Of course, we all know what he's capable of, and once again, he's locking down his man. But um, yeah, Jamie Collins, man, just, I mean, the dude is just a beast. Like, the number of times he was just getting into the backfield, just, eliminating any chance that Le'Veon Bell had. I mean, it was just great to see. It was just great to see. It just looked like he had not missed any time. It's almost like a time machine. Like, we just went back and we're looking at like 2014, 2015 Jamie Collins again. Like, it's something to see, man. It really is. Um, yeah, yeah. He hasn't missed a beat. He has not missed a beat. Um, some other guys who also had sacks. Dante Hightower, Calvin Oy, Adam Butler. They had zero point 0.5, so they had to share the sack. Of course, and Chase Winovich as well had 0.5. So that totals into like 2 sacks on his own. And you had Michael Bennett also got himself a sack. And Devin McCourty once again gets an interception in his 3rd game. So 3 games in, he already has 3 interceptions. Had an interception the first game, interception the second game, and had an interception in this game. So he has once again found a way to pluck the ball away from the opposing team. Um, does he have the chance to lead this team with interceptions? I would have no, reason to disagree. I mean, we look at the amount of interceptions that the team was able to get as a whole last year. They were able to get 18 interceptions as a whole last year, uh, which was, up there in terms of, you know, how they look at that in the league. I think there was either third or fifth in interceptions with those 18 interceptions. But the leader for interceptions last year was Deron Harmon with four. Uh, Now that's four interceptions through a whole season by Deron Harmon last year. Going like that's the whole season. Devin McCourty already has three. That's just we're just talking about Devin McCourty. Devin McCourty already has three, and we're 3 games in. So does he have the ability to once again lead this team in interceptions and possibly the league in interceptions? I wouldn't find any room to disagree. Um, Punt returns, Gunnar Olszewski, A returns, 44 yards, average 5.5. Um, Kicking, Steven Goskowski, he was good as far as his field goals. Didn't really kick a lot of field goals. Was 1 for 1. Um, excuse me. Kicked more extra points than he did field goals. He was 3 for 4 on his extra points. And that's if I was to give any like negative, I would just like give that to just that one extra point miss. I mean, you look at it overall, and he made majority of the kicks again, but it's just those misses, and we can see how even just one miss can play such a big part in the game. Imagine if this was a really close game, and that 1 point could have went sent into overtime or even won the game, and because of that 1 point that's missing, I mean anything could have probably happened. So I mean, he just has to clean that up. I don't know, like maybe the chemistry between the holder and the snapper and the kicker. They need to just get together and just get on that, because that's just something that you don't want to see as a fan. Like your kicker going out there like right after your team puts up an early score and then he misses once again. So yeah, you don't like seeing that. Um, as far as punting goes, Jake Bailey, he's like as far as the whole special teams goes, he's kind of like my bright star as far as this season so far, because the man has a leg on him. I'm telling you, he is going. I'm telling you right now, if it ever comes down to a game being close, he will be a factor in the Patriots winning that game, just based off of how this man is able to boot it. I'm telling you, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. He had 5 into 20. Granted, one of those was because Slater made an amazing he just ran up and grabbed the ball and threw it back, and it just landed on the 1 yard line. So I mean, but we all know what Slater can do. So yeah. As far as the bad goes, like I said, not a lot of negative that I can give to the defense. Defense did their thing. Offense did their thing. Could have been better at rushing, but they were still able to you know move it through the air, so that's good. Um, Muff punts, yeah. Gunner, he obviously you could tell that he felt bad if you were looking at the game and you saw his reaction on the sideline. You could obviously see that he felt bad, and we all know why, because when it comes to the Patriots, like fumbles and muff punts and muff kickoff, it's just like it makes it easier for you to lose your spot when those certain things happen. Bill Belichick preaches ball security, and a lot of mishaps like that could get you just sitting on your butt for a couple weeks. Um, but obviously Gunner didn't let that really affect him. He came back in. He didn't do it anymore. So this could be something for him to take along going throughout this season, and hopefully we don't have to deal with any mishaps like that from him, because I really do like the kid. So Yeah. Julian Edelman, chest injury. I told you he went out with a chest injury. Um, I think around in the third quarter, or no, I think it was the second quarter. Um, they missed him for like pretty much the rest of that game. He went to the locker room like shortly after walking off the field. Um, and yeah, he didn't return. But positive news is that he had the X-ray done on his chest, came back negative. So you know, good, good news. You don't have to worry about him missing like a whole bunch of time or something like that. I think at the most he might miss this next game, possibly. I wouldn't be so sure about it. He might, and he might make it. We'll just have to wait until Wednesday when we start getting those injury reports and seeing who practiced and who did and who was limited and all that stuff. But yeah, only and last thing really is like far as like negatives go. Jarrett Stidham, he got in the game. He threw a few passes. Unfortunately, he also threw a pick six, which led to that other 7 points being scored. So I mean, not really too much of a good look for you to like come out and then go against this defense and then just right after a few throws you throw a pick. So yeah, I think he's just. I mean, and I don't want to be too hard on him. He's a new guy. All he really did was play in preseason, um, and you're going against NFL players, and you can't really hold it too much against him. He just has to get some more experience, in my opinion. I still think he's pretty good. He just has to get a little bit more experience. But yeah, pick six no bueno. Pick six no bueno. Um, but yeah, as far as that goes, that's all really I have for this game. It was a good solid win, 14-30. Pats came out with the victory, sitting at 3-0 right now. So, I mean, you gotta like a 3-0 start off to the season. Usually we're, have a bunch of reporters around here hitting the panic button because they're 2-1 or 1-2 or trying to win the next game to be 2-2 or all that crap, and it's just usually we're just dealing with a whole bunch of mess and drama talk around September. It's nice to come in and sitting at 3-0. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. No worries. So I mean that's pretty much all I got to say for this game. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, I'm out.